Hey guys, so today's topic, I'm just gonna touch on some personal stuff and talk about sacrifice. So, how much sacrifice you actually have to make to be able to reach your goals and your dreams and everything you aspire to have or make or acquire, anything you want. The amount of sacrifice is much more than you think. So, I've been living alone for the last 2.5 years, coming close to 3 years, where I haven't actually been with my parents and just moved to a whole new country. I had to basically start from scratch, actually below zero. And that was 2.5 years ago. Now I'm finally at the point where I can actually put some hours, like in the day, to work, but I have nothing else to do. I can't do anything else. I can just work and work and maybe work in between. So it's crazy, basically, the amount of work that I have to put in to just go from 0 to 1, because I'm doing everything by myself. I'm setting up everything. I'm actually just setting up the sales scripts right now. I'm gonna do the cold calls. I'm gonna do the sales calls. I'm gonna do the delivery, the service delivery, everything you can imagine I have to do. And just going into Q4, it's been really intense. Today's the 28th of September 2024, and just a couple days we're gonna go into Q4. It's gonna be really intense. It's gonna be one of the most intense phases in my life. I'm rediscovering myself, actually. I'm just turning myself into a workhorse. I locked myself in. I'm just out here today for a walk. Today's a Saturday. Now I'm finally at the point where I have some time in the day, because for the past, a while ago, until actually a couple months ago, I had to do other things because I'm in a whole new country. I had to learn the language. So I'm in Germany. I had to learn German. I had to do a whole other things, and I dropped out of college twice, basically. So I went through a lot of things, and I've tried a lot of things in this life, and I'm at a point where I just have to put in. I just have to lock myself in my apartment and actually just work and work and work and just keep working until something actually clicks. Now, how much do I have to sacrifice to actually get there? Well, basically everything. So I'm single, and I don't go out with friends. I just go out with this one friend to actually go on a jog. So I'm actually training, but I go with this friend still, just to go for jogs and just run and actually work out. Apart from that, I do nothing else. I'm now setting up everything. I'm learning the skills. I'm setting up the scripts. I'm gonna start cold calling very, very soon, in the coming 1 or 2 weeks, actually. Now, does this gonna go forever like this? Well, I'm not sure, but I don't think so, because eventually something will click. Now, another thing, today my mom was on the phone with me, and she was telling me, your father's hands are actually now better than before. So I told her, why, what happened? And then she started telling me about how the skin on his hands is actually getting ripped off and falling off, and there's like actually open wounds in his fingers. So I was speechless when she told me about it. And I realized, like, my father turned 60 last week. Now, I realized like I'm 22 years old, and my father is like turned 60 last week, and he's still working 10 hours plus per day, every single day, also on weekends actually. It's getting out of hand, and now he's getting older and older, and he has to work actually to provide. Now I just took that in today, really deep, and just asked myself, like, for how long should this keep going? Because there's no alternative for him, basically. There's like no, I don't know what these retirement plans are in first world countries, but he's a dentist in Syria, basically. You can imagine working in one of the worst countries in the world. It's been a war zone for the past decade or more. Like, I grew up in a war zone where people are, have more than half the people, like 80% of the people are basically starving and just scraping for food. Now you can imagine working as a dentist there. Now, I took that in real deep today and just decided I have to keep myself locked in until I get out of this situation. I have to make it through. I have to make it work. I've sacrificed so much before. I've dropped out of dentistry school. I've dropped out of engineering school to pursue this. I have no other choice, basically. So that's what I'll be doing. And I'm going all in. I've been going all in for the past couple of years, since the first time I dropped out, but now I'm just forgetting about going out, eating out. Basically, I'm also neglecting my diet. It's not good, but I have to save up some money to pay for software. I'm gonna talk about this in another video, but you have to basically sacrifice a lot. You have to sacrifice everything to get where you want, or at least just get out of the situation that you're in right now. So especially if you're in debt, if you're still living in your hometown, just get out. The most progress I've made is during those 2.5 years, mentally, and all the work that I've been actually doing. The most progress I've been making is actually during the period where I'm living alone. So now the main takeaway from this video is basically that I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep working towards this goal, towards getting out of the situation that I'm in right now. Now, I don't care, who I have to blame. I'd always blame myself for this, even though I might not be the one to blame. But until you take responsibility, you can't get anything done. I can sit here all day and blame my parents and blame the world and blame my destiny and blame everything for the situation I'm in right now. But that actually won't get me out of it. That will actually just make things much worse. Now, like I said, it's hard, it's tough, it's disgusting, but I have to get it done. And I don't care how many days, how many months, or actually how many years. Well, that would be interesting if it took me years, but I don't care how much time do I have to spend working like a crazy man, working like a horse. I'm currently neglecting my health and my sleep sometimes also. It's not optimal, but I just have this sense of urgency that no one can imagine. I can't actually grasp the amount of urgency that I have to actually get it done and to actually get out of the situation as soon as possible. So Currently it's very hard. I'm doing everything by myself. I'm doing the outreach, I'm gonna be doing the sales calls, I'm gonna deliver the service by myself, I'm doing everything. And until I get to the point where I can actually hire people and actually manage the business, it's gonna be like this. It's hard, but you just gotta take it as it is. Now, on that note, I'm just gonna end this video right here, and I'll see you in the next one.